I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you're taking care of yourselves and your families in this crazy, chaotic time. And to help you pass the time, because I've been working from home myself, I wanted to give you something a little out of the box. So we're taking a deck for a spin. It's an unconventional deck, and it doesn't really fit within the scope of where TEPPEN's meta is right now, but I think the deck is hilarious, so we're going to play it anyway. This deck was crafted by a deck crafting genius because he seems to come up with all sorts of different fun stuff to play, and that is ProCircuitScrub. He's a fantastic dude. I'm going to give you a link to his social media pages and his Twitch page so you can go check him out. He's an awesome guy. So the goal of this deck is Dalamadur. Now, you may not be familiar with this card because it's been around for a while, but it's kind of always in meme territory. Not saying that this deck isn't a meme, but it is a little bit more consistent than it was last time. So Dalamadur is a 7-cost 120 with growth 20, and at level 2 he destroys all enemy units. This is not super efficient to achieve using normal means, but Nero's True Power hero art will let you do this because True Power is basically a free level up for 12 AP. That means you'll be able to get Dalamadur's second growth level pretty easily. The only problem is we're playing a dual cost deck, so you're not going to be able to play Dalamadur through conventional means. We're going to have to work around that. That's why this deck includes False Throne, Possessing Malice, Rebirth. It's got tons and tons of different ways that you can get Dalamadur out on the board. And when he's out, he is generally going to stay out. And he's going to allow you to keep your opponent from playing any units that stick on the board for too long. We've got defensive stance here, Raging Dust Cloud. These are 1 MP to put a shield on you. And the reason that's important is because you are going to be taking damage throughout the course of playing this deck. Summon Minions, Possessing Malice. These are cards that are going to deal damage to you. Plus, they will allow you to have a little bit more time to get Dalamadur out on the board. Sibling Memories to heal you up. Most of the rest of this is part of the draw engine. We also have Sigma in here just in case we need him, because Sigma is a reliable infinite revenge unit that I'm sure you are familiar with at this point. Again, not exactly sure how well this deck fits into the meta, but it is a ton of fun to play. So here is the code if you want to check it out for yourself. In the meantime, let's take this thing for a little spin. Good old giant killer match here up against Ouroboros Wesker. Now we may, okay, we're going to try and swap this because we don't want to start with the Dalamadur in hand. And this is a much better hand to work with. This is a lot better. So we're going to immediately False Throne to get our first Dalamadur in our graveyard so we can start pulling it. And the Animosity is good too, because that will allow us to beef up our Dalamadur a little bit and give us revenge to ensure that one is going to be coming back. So there are more in our deck that we can fetch with False Throne, that kind of thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fetch. We drew into another False Throne, which is great. That means we'll be able to cycle 2. That's even less of the 7-cost version that we can pull, which is great. So now we just wait. We just wait. Now the problem of when you come up against Wesker is they've got the Tyrants. This it's almost like it's on cue. These guys want to be destroyed. So the unfortunate thing is we're not really in a position to, advisably pop that, if you will. Now we're going to do our best here. We're going to put Animosity on this thing so that it gets revenge, but it's still targeted by a lot of Wesker's removal. Okay, so Possessing Malice comes into play, but that's actually not a huge deal. And the reason I say that is because he's now giving us an extra copy. So I really don't mind that. We're going to get an extra copy here. Now, the big thing is that this Dalamadur will kick the bucket because of this Tyrant over here. So I'm not exactly in a hurry to level it up. There's no real need to do that yet. So we won't. We're going to go ahead and fetch. This will fetch Sigma. This card is really only to target Sigma and to cycle to get what you need. Sigma goes up top, which is fine. Don't really have to get in any big hurry here. At the very least, we're going to wait until the Super Tyrant is out, because we can sit here and chump block that Tyrant in the bottom with these shields and heal up. So we're okay just playing slow because that's kind of what we have to do. We're forced to do that. So again, it is a waiting game. But we've cycled through a lot more cards than he has. Okay, so he's giving us the tools we need to succeed. So he is going to go ahead and do that, which is great. Now we know that this Dalamadur will die, but it has already been copied, so it's not a huge deal. And I don't want to bring back another one. Well, actually I could, because it'll be at 0 attack, so it won't actually target the middle one. So we'll level the middle one up to get the value out of it. At least I think that's the way it's going to work. We'll see here in just a second. So we get that one. We do the thing. Which he's got more units to play. Oh, it does get rid of the other one. Is it 1 attack or less? Interesting. So I'm going to start creating some copies of Sigma here. Because we've got the MP to do it. Yeah, Wesker, when you think more about it, just from in terms of this deck and the matchups, Wesker is not great against this dude. But now that we have other Sigmas in our deck, we can fetch with Summon Minions, I believe is the exact name of this card. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and do that. And what we will do is we're going to go ahead and create another copy. More Sigmas. Because we're already, deck's already kind of running on E, so we're going to have to pick up the momentum at some point if we want to win this game. We'll fetch another Sigma. Now keep in mind he has Ouroboros. He does not have... Alright, so he's going to be targeting, so we'll create another copy. Because we're going to need him. It's weaker, so they won't trade exactly, but it's okay. We drew into Dalamadur, which is not great. Drawing into a Dalamadur is not great, but we drew into a Rebirth, which is better, because that means we can scoop into a Dalamadur and start popping stuff. So we're going to take a little bit of heat from this Super Tyrant, but there's nothing we can do about it. So we fetch. We'll False Throne if he gives us an opportunity, if he chains, because we need to get the other Dalamadur that's floating around. We need to get that in the graveyard. So Dalamadur is there. We do his thing. He's going to get another Corrosion from that Vile Mark II. Going to use it on the middle Sigma, which makes sense. And we will use Animosity to buff this Dalamadur so that he has revenge and he's got extra stats when he comes back. If he dies. He may never die. We'll have to see. So we've still got work to do. We still have work to do. But we've got the resources to make it happen. Definitely have the resources to make it happen. This is not a lost cause. It's a long game, and most of the games that you play, I mean, what am I saying? All the games that you will play in the current meta are pretty much going to be long games. So just gotta hang in there. You got tons and tons of destruction, but that is okay. And we'll just wait. Alright, he's gonna start healing up, which is to be expected. Got plenty of Sigmas in this deck. Alright, nothing else to pull, but we do cycle a card. So many Sigmas. Alright, he does have that spillover, which is a factor, but we've got tons and tons of Sigmas. So, we should be okay. One thing we have to keep in mind is Living Death, which is, you know, we've got plenty of AP to cast True Power if we need to, if we did manage to pull a Dalamadur from that. So we're going to force him to level up the traditional way here. Now he's going to start that health regenerating engine, which is to be expected. That's the way these decks play. Okay. So we may run out of resources, and that may be the big reason that we don't manage to finish this game out. But now we've got big Sigmas. So we should be okay. And he scoops! We take it! Ha ha ha! The meme prevails. Now, the Dalamadur didn't do all the work. The Sigma did all the work, but it worked out. Ashura, Senku, Akuma. It's hard to pinpoint what exactly this will be because Ashura, Senku, the purple-black deck, which I'm a huge fan of, has kind of fallen by the wayside. All right, that's a pretty okay starting hand. We'll take that. We'll take that. Now, one thing we do need to keep in mind is if this does happen to be purple-black, we've got to be on the lookout for counters because those will really hurt us. If our certain key combo pieces to get things in our graveyard are countered, then that is going to be a big problem for us. But for the moment, okay, so, you know, part black, that was to be expected. It may be mono black. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Alright, so we're going to get a Dala. I really wish he wouldn't have gone up there. But nothing you can do about it. Let's try and draw cards. And now we're just going to... Okay, so he's at 8 MP, so it's mono black. It is mono black Ashura Senku. Ooh, he's going to put Forbidden Fruit on that thing? Whoa! That is gutsy. That is really, really, really gutsy. Okay, we're going to attempt to true power this. Now, he'll be able to destroy the Dalamadur in response to this happening, but it's not a big deal. Because we have Rebirth. The old Bandersnatch. So we false throned, so we could get another Dalamadur if we wanted to. Which we will need one here in just a moment. Double Bandersnatch. Don't see a whole lot of Bandersnatch nowadays. Alright, we got our second Dalamadur. The first one is going to die, but that is okay. Okay, this is good. If he will chain into something, then we will absolutely use this Animosity. But I don't think he's going to give us that chance. Yep, he is not going to give us the opportunity. Very unit heavy, at least from what it appears initially. Alright, so we're going to give this revenge if we can. And we will level it up. We will go ahead and clear this pesky board of Zombie and Bandersnatch. So, we'll level this Dalamadur up. Now, in the process, we will lose the Sigma, but the Sigma's got revenge, so it's not a huge deal if we lose the Sigma. Because now we can easily fetch him. I didn't expect to run into so much mono black today. This is honestly not what I expected. Alright, so we got Sigma doing his thing. And the question is, do we want to create copies of the Sigma, or do we want to create copies... I think we want to create copies, and we may be able to get both. We might be able to get both. He may have another destroy. Okay, he doesn't, so we are going to get both. All right, so we're close to another board wipe here. And we're going to see if we can get it sooner rather than later. Okay, so unfortunately we're gonna lose our other Sigma here. And darn, 2 Dalamadur in the hand. That is not what you want to see. This is definitely not what you want to see. Alright, but we got ourselves a revenge Dalamadur, which is good. And we can possessing to create copies. Okay, that one I don't mind if he goes away. That is okay. Alright, so we will drop him. We're going to wait and we're going to make some copies because we need those sweet, sweet copies. Oh, that's, yeah, that's that super revenge Wesker. Okay. So we're behind. Again, this is another slog, it would seem. So we create a copy. He's a little bit weaker, but he's sticking around. That's an unusual choice. The Jetta is an unusual choice. Alright, we're going to have to start making stuff happen here because we're in kind of rough shape here. Alright, this will allow us to get rid of his units, which is what we want. Still really far behind on life, though. We'll just barely be able to save that Sigma from taking some pain. Okay, so his Sigma comes out now. Alright, so he's going to look to create some copies. I think it's a good time. We need to start healing up a little bit. Running low on resources on our end, though, so that is something to keep in mind. We are running low on resources, which that happened last time. And it worked out pretty okay, so maybe it'll work out for us. We'll just have to see. Slowly but surely catching up. Slowly but surely catching up. So, you guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're going to have to tell me how annoying you think this deck is. Because obviously the goal is super annoying. Now, he may be saving up for Living Death here. So Living Death is something we're going to have to keep in mind. Okay, that was a good play from him. That was to be expected, but you know what? We've got it on deck. We've got it on deck. Dalamadur is back. He returns, baby. All right, I'm not even, like, super worried about that, because now we're just going to do this. Oh, he beat me to it. Okay, I'm going to keep my MP. Get rid of this other one. He's got a lot of AP for all these Ashura Senkus he has not used. This Living Death is something we have to keep in mind, so I'm not going to get in any big hurry to put that other Sigma down on that side of the board. Okay. Alright, we're going to fetch... we should have another copy in our deck, I'm hoping. Okay, we don't. That's unfortunate, but we do have another Sigma, so it's okay. We're gonna have to make this work because we're out of resources. We are out of time, baby. We are out of time. All right, we drew into another Sigma. I feel like this is gonna be the battle of Sigmas here. That Dalamadur, he's so thick, he's so chunky, dude. Alright, the obliterate coming out. I'm gonna have to be quick. That was not fast enough. But we have more units than he does. We have more copies. We may be able to hold out. Hold! Hold the line! We must hold the line! Yo, Nello Angelo, that is crazy! We have to hold the line, guys! 45 seconds! Alright, he's getting some health back. We gotta hold the line, boys. We gotta hold the line. We gotta hold the line. We can do it. 38 seconds. We can do this. Oh, he's gonna give it the fate of the unworthy. We gotta hold the line, boys. 22 seconds. We gotta hold it. We gotta hold the line. Oh my gosh, another predation. This other Sigma's gotta connect. Oh man, we gotta hold the line. 13 seconds. Oh dude. 10. Oh man, what's coming? Fate of the unworthy. Okay, that's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. We just do it again. 7 seconds on the clock. 5, 4, 3. Yes! Oh my gosh, we take them to the end of the clock. Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I don't know that we will be able to top that, guys. I don't know that we will be able to top that timer scan. So I hope you enjoyed this meme. Shoutouts to ProCircuitScrub who put it together and he shared it with me. He assured me that it was a lot of fun and he's totally right. So all of his info is going to be in the description. You should definitely go check him out. He is a great dude. If there's anything else you want me to play while I'm stuck indoors in quarantine, you should send it my way. There's a couple of other decks I've been thinking about playing, some of the more popular ones. If that's what you guys want, be sure to let me know. Until that next video comes, stay safe.